I have some tour dates to tell you about. The Return of the Rat tour is finishing up, and it's coming to Oxford, Mississippi on April 9th, Tuscaloosa, Alabama, Chicago, Illinois, Miami, Florida, Winnipeg, and Calgary in the Canada. You can get all your tickets at theovon.com/TOUR. And thank you guys so much for your support. We've got new merch. We've got these Onward hoodies. These are my favorite type of hoodie that we've ever used, the template, the material, the style of it. I think they'll be your favorite as well. We're going to try to focus on making sure that the template is perfect so that it just feels good and that you enjoy it and that you keep it and wear it for a long time. Yeah, those are really great. I want you to check them out. They're at theovonstore.com. And thank you for your support if you choose to purchase one. Today's guest made me feel welcome when I got here to Tennessee. He's arguably the most popular musician on the planet. He's the East Tennessee Elvis, baby. You know what he is. I mean, he's so prolific. He's very competitive, and I admire his attention to detail. Today's guest is one of a kind, Mr. Morgan Wallen. Yeah, dude, good to see you, bro.
Good to see you too, man.
Yeah, it's awesome, man. What's been going on? Yeah, my mom was visiting for my birthday. We went to the Opry.
You did?
Yeah.
Cool, man.
It was cool, dude. Trace Adkins.
Did she come up here a lot or no?
No, she hadn't been here since I moved here.
It was your birthday?
Yeah.
Oh, happy birthday.
Yeah,
man.
thanks.
When
man.
is your birthday?
It was 2 days ago, March 19th.
Okay, cool.
So.
Yeah, my parents are in town as well, but I'm trying to get them to move here, so.
Oh, you are?
Yeah, I'm working on that. That's been going on for the last few weeks now, so we'll see.
Yeah. Yeah, dude, your dad's so funny, dude.
Yeah, he's the man.
He's unreal. Dude, because we went on, we went with, is it Morgan Wallen, the foundation, Morgan Wallen Foundation?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Up there to Greenville area.
Yeah,
Yeah.
During the flood stuff?
Yeah, during Hurricane Helene, yeah.
And your dad came, and it was awesome, man. They had the food truck. They had, they were doing food drives, and I met some people up there. We went and visited the houses and stuff. That was awesome.
Yeah. That was a cool day, man.
It was good.
I wish we did stuff more like that more often, I guess we could, but.
Well, I think that's why, you have a foundation that can do it when you're not able to do it.
For sure.
But yeah, I agree with you. It feels
good to actually get out and do it yourself. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It can be a little stressful. You gotta keep it timed up right to where you're not sticking around in one place too long and all that stuff. You gotta be a little tactful about it, but it's good.
Yeah, and Tony Vitello, is that his name?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Vitello,
dude, he came out. He's the best.
Yeah, he's cool too, man.
Dude, he's cool.
He always helps with stuff involving our foundation, and we stay in touch on a regular basis.
Y'all do?
Yeah, I tried to invite him to a bracket the other day. I was like, "You're probably not allowed to do this, are you?" He said, "No." Okay. All right, man.
That's that. I'm in that bracket, baby.
Oh, yeah. I tried to invite him into that bracket.
You and me are tied right now. I think we're in first.
Yeah, we are. I saw that.
Yeah, we are.
I checked this morning.
Dude, yeah, one thing that was crazy about your dad, though, he was fasting whenever we were doing that.
That's right.
He'd been on a 40-day fast.
Yeah, he's done that for like as long as I can remember. I remember him like when I was growing up, he would just go and like stay out in the in the wild, in a tent or something, and just drink apple juice or something. I'm like, dude, how is this possible?
That doesn't sound like that. That sounds like hiding from your wife.
Yeah. He needed some space. Didn't have enough money to get a trailer or something.
But I just didn't, because it was crazy because I'd just been looking into fasting, because people say it like if you fast it'll help like eat away the cancer cells that are in your body. So when he was like, I've been on 40 days.
They say that only takes like a couple days to do that. What you're talking about, right?
Yeah.
Like if you fast for a couple days, it'll do that.
Yeah.
I think.
No, that's what I hear. Once you get past 48 hours.
Yeah, I think what he was doing it for was spiritual purposes.
Yeah.
That's what he used to do it for, and that's probably what he's doing it for now.
Yeah, a team of researchers from MSK has shown for the first time that fasting can reprogram the metabolism of natural killer cells, helping them to survive in the harsh environment in and around tumors while improving their cancer-fighting ability. But it just blew my mind. I was like, God, this dude's on 40 days. Put this dude back in the Bible.
Yeah, I mean, dude, I don't understand how that's physically possible. You know, I pretty much have been for the last little while fasting until, noon. I'll do my workout and like everything in the first part of the day without eating.
Yeah.
But I can't imagine going a whole day without doing it, to be honest.
He's got some bandwidth on him, man.
Yeah, he's a pretty strong-willed guy.
He's always so chipper, dude. Yeah, I'd love getting to hang out with him. That was probably, and he would tell stories from like being in the military and stuff. Some of that stuff is bonkers.
Oh yeah, some of that stuff ain't gonna be repeated on here. Yeah. He makes me look calm,
dude. That's the crazy part. You start talking to him, you're like, oh well, some of this checks out
for sure. Yeah. It checks out.
We don't need a DNA test in this family. But you said they're moving down here.
Yeah, I'm trying to get them to. We'll see how it goes, but I'm working on it. I've been talking to him about it for a while. But, just somebody uprooting their entire life to come somewhere. But me and my sister live down here. It's a tricky, it's always tricky getting stuff like that to happen, but we're working on it. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a lot, man. Is it, I know you have a son, Indio.
Indy. His name's Indigo, but I call him Indy.
Indy,
yeah,
right.
Yeah.
What's that been like, dude? Because that's been probably one of the biggest things in your life, I'm sure. I mean, outside of your, that's crazy.
I think.
I don't even know how to ask that question.
I think it just gets better and better as, the older he gets. I mean, it's always been cool, but, when he's 4 years old now, he'll be 5 this year. Just the personality that keeps coming out and the relationship that you build, and he's got a little sass on him, like he's got a little attitude, which is I like that spunk, like that. Yesterday, my dad was telling him, he was trying to get him to eat. It's kind of a task to get him to eat, to sit still long enough to eat, And my dad was like, "Hey man, if you don't eat, I'm gonna put you in the bedroom. You gotta go to sleep or whatever." I don't know exactly what my dad said to him, but he looked at my dad and he said, "I don't want you to stay here anymore."
Oh, dang, brother! Wow.
But I mean, like, it's just hilarious,
and you're behind your dad. You're telling him, like,
yeah. Oh, yeah. Just anything to keep him rocking. But he's a sweetheart. But whenever you get him, he's almost too sweet. He's too nice to everyone, like people he doesn't know.
Yeah.
Like, hey man. We don't like everybody, man. We don't know these people, man.
Stranger danger, baby.
Yeah. So I'm trying to teach him a little bit of that. But
he's wild, definitely. He emailed me the other day asking me to send him some Zens. I was like, dude, you gotta.
I couldn't believe he figured out, how to get a hold of the iPad like that.
I was like,
I'm not really big on letting him, sit around with an iPad, but I guess he got my nieces or something. She probably had him send. Or he probably had her send the email,
Yeah.
Hey, Haven, type this out for me. 3s or 6s?
Does he? Yeah. Does he have 3s or 6s?
I just downgraded to the 3s, man. I'm weaning myself off.
Are you?
I don't know. But I just be putting 2 in.
That's great, dude. That's just a little bit of mouth math, homie.
Yeah.
But you'll see a dude with like 11 3s in. I'm like, bitch, just get a damn 20 or something.
That's like Andrew.
Oh, yeah. Your cousin?
Yes, yes. He'll have a multitude in there. He's only on the citrus, though.
He's hilarious, dude. Well, I'll ask you about him in a little bit, man.
All right.
Does your son have like a favorite song of yours or anything?
Yeah, it's a song that's not out yet. Like this album that I've been working on, this is the first time where it seems like he's really starting to put 2 and 2 together,
Yeah.
I would come home after I'd been writing and I'd show him songs this time. This is the first time that he's ever cared, and there's a song called Eyes Are Closed on my record, and I brought it home that night. We wrote it that day and took it home that night, and I was just playing. I wasn't really playing it for him. I just had it kind of playing in the background because it was my first time hearing the demo of what we had just done that day, and he was in the background and he kind of, moseyed on over there and started being like, what's this, And then after it was done, he said, I like that song, Daddy.
Really?
And it was like the first time he had ever done that, So it was a special moment for me, something I'll never forget. And he said, play that again.
Oh,
and I was
cool.
like, yeah, like, this song's a hit for me no matter what, So that was the first time I had really seen him, like all those dots start connecting.
Yeah.
And
I bet that's special.
For a while, he thought that "Soul" by John Michael Montgomery, he thought that was me singing. He was like, play Daddy's fast song. He called it the fast song. So the lady in a singing room, and he thought that was me singing. I said, damn, man. I mean, that dude sounds pretty good, but come on.
Yeah, he's just bidding on pigs at his daycare.
Yeah. Probably.
Well, I went down in the Grundy County.
Yeah, that. He called it the fast song, and I had to finally broke it to him. I said, that ain't me, dude.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, and in the email he sent me, he's like, yeah, you need to listen to my father's hit, Cotton Eye Joe, as well. And I was like,
yeah.
Okay.
Well, we are from Knoxville, He's seen that sign a few times.
That checks out, man. As you make more music, so the new album, I'm the Problem.
Mm-hmm.
As you make more music, because you have been so like prolific, I think that's the word. What does prolific mean?
I think that's the right word too.
Okay. But I don't know if either one of us should be.
If we're the dictionary guys?
yeah, dude, definitely.
It's like
producing much fruit. Yeah. Producing much fruit, foliage, or offspring, actually, it says.
I ain't been that prolific in that term, but yeah.
Presenting one plentiful, it says. Producing many works. But does it get tougher to like, okay, how do I not have a song that's similar to a song I previously had? Because when you have so many songs, does that get a little bit tough, or what's that like?
Yeah, I think it does.
Like, has there been a great song that's like you guys have put together, and then you're like, oh man, it's just a little too close to this, or?
Well, for this album, I feel like I just didn't let it get to that point. If at least if I was a part of writing it, I think I can't remember exactly how many ones I was and wasn't a part of writing. But if a song came in from as a pitch, I kind of knew immediately. I was like, oh, these people are writing. This might have made my last record, maybe, probably not. But it's like that's what it felt like to me.
Right.
A lot of the pitches were that.
Yeah, because I guess people are just going. They don't know where your next step is and who you are.
There was a select group of writers that I kind of told a little bit what I was trying to accomplish. And I feel like that really helped me find a certain one of the sounds that's on my record. But for me, when I'm writing, I kind of, you can kind of tell from the idea almost if the song is going to be similar or not, And that was something that was tougher for me because a lot of the things that were successful and that were easy in the past were just like whiskey drinking, like all that stuff. And I've kind of just almost explored every angle of that that's possible.
Oh, yeah.
Like there's still some possible ways to get that in there. But I tried to dig deeper, man. And I a lot of my guys that I write with, we kind of kept at least for me, when I was writing, we kept 5 or 6 guys. We didn't always write together, but that kind of core group of guys, we all just had a good sense of what we were shooting for, and just trying not to say the same thing that I've said before, and incorporating new things. So I feel like it was harder. I had to work harder.
Yeah. Like, what do you mean? Like find a new angle, like drop in?
Yeah, just finding new angles and just thinking up ideas. And there's or just maybe somebody had an idea and they brought it in, and I'm like, well, that's pretty good. But like trying to find a way to make it something different, like sounds like that idea would have been on the last record, but maybe I can flip this or flip that into making it something that's more unique, So just trying to dig deeper and not just saying, oh yeah, not just being content with something,
just
digging
taking
deeper.
It easy.
Yeah, just digging deeper. And
because you can kind of, it's funny. I was talking to Charlie Handsome the other night. Dude, that guy's, bro, him and Marissa, is that his Marissa?
Yeah, Marissa, yeah.
Bro, they're hilarious, bro.
They are hilarious.
She's so funny, dude. She
kind of keeps him in check, I feel like.
They're the pairing, both of them, because he's kind of rough around the edges. Like, maybe it's not a crazy thing to say about him.
No, definitely not. I think he'd probably agree with that.
Yeah, he's just he's so real. He's
pretty blunt guy.
Yes.
Pretty blunt. Yeah.
Yes, he is.
Which I've always loved that about him. When he first got to town, I guess that was probably, we wrote, if I know me, that had to be either 17 or 18 when I first met him.
Wow.
And 2017 or 18, not when I was 17 or 18 years old, but, he kind of, I think he came from L.A., so he had like this, I don't know, I guess it's different out there, If it seems like it's like a dick measuring contest out there a lot.
Well, people are probably, yeah, that could be true.
And I think he had brought a lot of that mindset to Nashville, you know, and whenever we were first riding, I'm like, hey man, you know, like, you ain't gotta be like that, you know, like it ain't like that here,
Yeah.
you know. So we just and I would give him a hard time when he would be acting like that. I'd always, you know, talk shit and stuff. So we just became instant friends, like that kind of friend.
I could
you know?
see that 100%, dude.
Yeah.
Cause what did I say? Oh, he gotten married, right? And his wife one night, I think that she probably had a cocktail or two and invited me to their wedding, right?
Yeah.
And I had to work that weekend. But I saw pictures. You went. I think Hardy went. It looked like a good time.
I mean, it was a beautiful wedding, man. I mean, it really, really beautiful.
It was on an island somewhere.
Yeah, in Islamorada. It was like, you know, you heard of that show Bloodline?
Oh yeah.
It was it was that compound where that was filmed.
Oh damn.
So it was legit.
God. Yeah, but and then so when I saw him, I said, "Hey man, I'm sorry I couldn't make it to the wedding." He's like, "Well, you know, we weren't really expecting you there."
Yeah. I don't know if I was in the damn wedding. And I don't know if they was expecting me there. I showed up about an hour before it was supposed to start and left before it was over. But I was proud to be there, man. It was cool. I really appreciated it.
It was, but he's just like, "Look, man, we don't super know each other that good." He said,
Right.
But it was so like just the realest shit ever. He's like, and if we become better friends, and you know, and that happens, then yeah, man, I'd expect you to be at my, you know, if I get divorced or if I do a renew of the vows. I said, but it was just
I'd expect you to be at my divorcing now.
Yeah, but dude, it was just like, and I was like, dude, you're so right. I was like, and then it made me want to get to know him more because it was like just cutting through the bullshit.
I love that. That's an accurate way of describing him.
Which I think is probably what makes him a good songwriter too, because it's like you gotta like, if you too much bull, it's like if you can cut through the bullshit.
Well, yeah, he'll definitely tell you like, or if you're on something, he's like, man, that sucks, you know. And that's what I mean. I feel like I have a pretty good gauge of you know what's good and what's not, but like it's nice to have another person in the room who will tell you straight up, you know, because especially when you do get to this level, people sometimes don't check you the way they should, you know. They'll just let you rock with it and you know whatever.
Damn, dude. No, it's just interesting to hear you say that. I had a guy a few years ago. I'd taken out a guy. We went to lunch and. He's married and we're both straight, but we went and had lunch together and
thanks for clarifying, man.
But yeah, he's been like a manager of like some of the most popular comedians over time. And I was talking to him, he goes, well, you kind of have to evolve with your audience. He's like, if you know, going back to kind of what you said earlier about like, you know, some people probably present songs to you that would have been great an album or two ago. It's like, damn, that would have been. But it's like you evolve.
Yeah, I mean, you can't blame you can't blame them. Not. You know what I mean? You can't expect them to know what's in your head and what you're going to do next.
Yeah, and they only have like the footprints that they've seen you leave so far make that they can even judge on.
Right. Like I've heard "Wasted on You." I've heard that 2.0 18,000 times. Wow. You know, in my inbox. A lot of them don't even make it to me because it gets snipped before it even gets to me. But yeah, I've heard plenty of them. You know.
Oh yeah,
so
for
it's just
sure.
like I understand it, but you know, you can't settle like that.
Yeah, yeah.
But you also don't want to go too far either, because then your fans are like, oh, dude, you know what's he on?
Chris? What's his name? Chris Gaines?
Is he just taking a lot of mushrooms or something? You know, like you can get that guy too.
This manager one time he goes, one thing you have to evolve with your audience. If you try to hide that you're evolving or that you're growing, because your audience also grows, right?
Yeah.
So he's like, if you try, it can be a trap sometimes to try to just fit your current feet back in your old footprints. And I just thought it was interesting to hear somebody say that I'd never really thought about, because sometimes you're like, oh, this worked and I got to stay right here, but you're not there anymore, you know?
Yeah. And I mean, even if it's just subtle changes, it don't have to be like huge things, you know?
Yeah. You don't have to come out and do like a Mozart style.
Right. You know, like my last album, I had plenty of trap beats and stuff like that. This time I was like, hey man, let's tone that back a little bit. I'm tired of it. I'm tired of hearing it. So if I'm tired of it, they probably tired of hearing it. You know, so just like certain things that you can still get that same swag or you can accomplish certain things without doing the same exact thing. You know? So it's just simple stuff like that in some cases.
Do you feel like you've always had a pretty good like instinct about that kind of stuff? Like, is that something that you think you really have? Like, you kind of can feel?
I like to think so, man. I feel like I can tell when something's getting tired, you know? And
yeah,
I don't.
That's a gift, man.
Yeah, I guess so. Maybe God gave me that. I don't know. But I've also learned from people in my you know that I've been around for the last 10 years who I feel like I've learned from and that have helped me with that as well. You know, I don't think I was just fully I think I had a knack for it already, but I think I've, you know, developed it and learned from people as well. So
yeah. I've always had a tough time, like, because I've always been like a do-it-yourself kind of guy. Like, I feel like I know what I'm doing. Like, I work hard. But then recently I've had to, like, realize I need help more. It's like, I can't always give this guy a hard time. I need to, you know what I'm saying? Like, I can't always butt up against every wall, you know, because I'll just do that. It's just my nature because I don't want help a lot of times.
Yeah.
Man, that shit has been.
That's a big deal.
Yeah, it's been getting better though recently.
Yeah.
Even just little things. I just started noticing it's getting a little bit better. And the irony is everything's been easier.
Yeah.
The more I let help come in.
I think there's certain areas in my life, like with music, I've been a good teammate. I don't know why that is. You know, maybe I've just always I like the aspect of feeling like you're on a team, I guess, because I played sports and stuff so much growing up, you know, like for me, I enjoy the camaraderie of making music with my buddies and doing all that stuff, you know, so I've always kind of enjoyed the help and the team aspect of that. But there's other areas in my life where I'm like you, where I'm like, I don't, you know, whatever.
Yeah.
No, I'm good.
Yeah, I'm good.
Yeah, so it doesn't necessarily permeate throughout my entire life. It's just that one thing where I've been able to do that. So.
Yeah. Oh, dude, I'll be sitting in the damn bottom of a hole. There'll be 1,000 people out there with rope, and I'll be like, I'm good.
Yeah, I'll find one.
Yeah, I'll figure.
There's one down here. There's one down here somewhere.
And they'll be up there, and they're like,
this dude's an idiot. Yeah.
Yeah, you're damn right I am. But
I'm proud of it too.
Yeah, then I'm proud of it. That's the best part. Is it tough in your life? I mean, dude, your music, it's just been such a wave that, like, I mean, you couldn't travel around town without seeing every guy at a stoplight look like a Morgan Wallen, look hear your music every store. Like, are there moments for you where it's like, God, this guy's got a ton of, like, it's like where you become too much for you? Like, is that ever, like, does that make any sense?
Yeah, no, it does. It's still weird, and there's parts of that I don't like. I mean, I think anybody who has to deal with that, it's not ideal. You know, it's not ideal to go everywhere, and even if you don't get like, you know, bothered, you were on edge the whole time because you thought you might. It's like there's just not a lot of there's things that you just don't do anymore. You just don't do them anymore. Yeah, you know, but that's okay. That's why I've taken up hunting so much. I think, you know, because I can go be with my buddies. I'm in the middle of nowhere. I can be at ease. I can not stress out. You just find ways to supplement it, I think, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, it's kind of funny. You can't really go to a bar anymore because there'd be too much hassle. And it's probably the best thing for you.
It's definitely the best thing for me, you know? I mean, if you're using a bar as a specific example, that's definitely the best thing for me. I ain't been in a bar since the last time I was in a bar that everybody knows about.
How is that? That feels like a bar right there.
It does.
I ain't been in a bar since the last time.
It sounds like an old country song for sure. But yeah, that's the most public time I was in a bar. That's the last time I was in a bar.
Dude, have you seen those? There's an AI bar thing that makes country songs. Mm-mm. There's one about a bar. You gotta see if you can pull it up. Trevin.
Is it good?
Dude, it's pretty funny. Let me see. This shit kind of surprised me. One of them's about, it's the right one, Kitchen. And the second one right there with the guy and the lady in the truck. Yeah. Turn that up for a second. It's just ridiculous.
Look, change it to whiskey and have Morgan Wallen sing it. That's one of the number one comments.
Start it back over and just turn it up a little bit. We can't hear it, but this is just like AI made this.
I woke up in the morning to crack myself a beer, then went down to the kitchen to grab myself a beer. Made myself some breakfast, another beer, of course. That's when my baby said to me, I want to get a divorce. Well, now I definitely need to go grab another beer or two for free, so I can start thinking clear. Oh, it's a perfect day for beer.
That's good, man. But it's just crazy that AI wrote that. Like, it's just somebody just put it in. And
dude, AI is nuts, man.
It's just making beer songs.
I was talking to my mom about AI this morning, but that is, I mean, you know, could be a hit.
Hey, fucking, we're sitting here listening to it.
Yeah.
Ready to win real money this March Mania tourney? Struggling to choose which team will pull off an upset? Forget about the teams. All you need to focus on are players' stats to rack up big cash prizes with DraftKings Pick 6. And when it comes to massive payouts, DraftKings dunks all over the competition. Pick 6 is available in most states, including Missouri, California, Texas, Georgia, and more. Track your picks for a shot to win huge cash prizes. It's as simple as that. Yeah, I just put some picks in for the Florida Gators the other day. I had Alex Condon and more than 7 rebounds, and I had Walter Clayton Jr. and more than 14.5 points. Download the DraftKings Pick 6 app now and use code Theo. That's code THEO for new customers to play $5, get $50 in Pick 6 credits. Better payouts, bigger wins, only with Pick 6 from DraftKings. The crown is yours. You know, I've been telling you about MoonPay for a while now, haven't I? You've heard me talk about the MoonPay app. And for good reason, it's incredibly user-friendly for buying and selling crypto. But today I want to share more about what makes MoonPay so great. Some people say that MoonPay is the PayPal of crypto. Because just like you could use PayPal to buy anything on the internet, you can now use MoonPay to buy anything in crypto. Speaking of cool crypto apps, check out Vector, one of MoonPay's partners that is shaking things up in the meme coin world. With Vector, you can connect your X account and see what your friends are trading, making it a social experience. You can download Vector using code Theo and buy with MoonPay. Remember, while MoonPay makes buying crypto straightforward, it's important to do your own research and understand the risks involved. Crypto trading can be unpredictable, and you could lose your investment. MoonPay is a tool to facilitate your transactions, not a source of financial advice. Trade responsibly. Y'all been praying and manifesting, and now the day has come to Call of Duty Warzone. Verdansk is back, baby. That's right, the OG map, the one that raised you, the one where you took your first baby steps, is making its return on April 3rd. Relive the chaotic, heart-pounding moments from the original Verdansk. Verdansk. Experience legendary gunfights with classic weaponry. It's free to play. Freer than a hot dog at a homeless shelter, baby. You can get it. So rally the squad. Tell your boss you've got important business that day. And get ready to drop in. Download Call of Duty Warzone for free and drop into Verdansk on April 3rd. Oh, and this is rated M for mature. So don't go blaming me if your little nephews or nieces log on and learn some new words. You know what I'm talking about. Bad words. What are you listening to right now, man? I know everybody asks that.
It's a good question. I've been trying to find new stuff to listen to. I don't find a whole lot of new stuff to listen to. I've been listening to like old. I mostly only listen to music if I'm driving or if I'm working out. That's about the only time I listen to music, which I do those things a decent amount, you know.
Kind of same, man. That's kind of when I do it.
Yeah.
Stephen Wilson I've been listening to.
Yeah, he's good. He's really good.
Great lyricist.
Yeah. He's a special talent.
That song about his My Father's Son. Hardy played that one with him. God, that's good.
Yeah, that guy is really, really good.
Zach Top's voice is really amazing.
I don't listen to country music a whole lot. I think I've always kind of been that way. I know who Zach Top is, and I do agree. He's very solid.
Jesse Murph, Big X the Plug. You've heard that song?
No.
They have a collab that's pretty dope.
That's cool.
Yeah, it's good.
Me and Big X, we almost did a song. But I don't know. I didn't. I actually sent him a song and he didn't finish it, so I don't know. That's on him. I guess I don't know what he was doing.
He was in jail.
Did he?
I think so.
For what? Not a long time. Not long enough. I went to jail too, man.
Hey, Big X, what doing? Hey, if you behind bars, write a couple.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
No, it was kind of spur of the moment thing though. I got a song on my record called Miami, and
I haven't heard that one yet. They sent me a couple of the songs.
Did they?
Yeah, it's cool,
Miami.
Man.
It's like it's a Keith Whitley flip. So it's like an old, Miami, Miami, that song. Have you ever heard that? Miami, Miami, what took you so long? I thought you never call.
Oh no, I never seen it. People talk about Keith Whitley.
That's one of his like bigger type songs, I guess. But we flipped it and turned it into more of like it's a little more like rap style. Mm-hmm. But it's cool, man. I like it.
Yeah,
it's cool. It seemed like it could use a rapper on there. I didn't end up using a feature. We ended up just making a second verse. But it's one of those songs where it wouldn't be surprising if we got like a remix and did that. Yeah. You know what I mean? Once it's out and all that stuff.
What you're famous, like you guys had this whole these different walkouts that you did over the years, right? Mm-hmm. Really fun. And thanks for letting me be part of the one in Nashville.
Yeah.
Do you have a favorite one that kind of stood out to you? And no judgment to any of them. What was it?
Neyland Stadium is, that's my home. That's where I grew up.
And Peyton
watching
put
games.
Those pads on.
Peyton, that one was really good. The baseball team one we did was really good too. But that Peyton one, that was one of the, it's hard to beat. Anything that happened those 2 nights at that stadium, I find myself just being like, yeah, that's pretty. Those are like the, some of the best memories I've had.
Yeah. Oh yeah,
with shows.
So sick. He's so.
He
ridiculous.
Came out looking like he was actually about to go play with his facial expressions and stuff.
Hey, I think half the boosters wanted to sign some boosters. I think were trying to holler at him.
Probably. Hey man, you got another year eligibility.
We'll find something out. Yeah, man, that was special, dude. So cool.
Yeah, but the walkouts they're just the energy that comes from those. It just could last you. I mean, maybe not the entire show, but it'll last you a while, And then once you get out there and compound the energy that comes along with the actual show, it's just. It's a rush.
Oh yeah. There's that coach right there that we put that water on.
Yeah, Heupel.
Yeah. Oh, he's thugging. He's big thugging right there.
He was, dude.
What else has happened? So, you have your the first time you're gonna play your new album will be at Sand in My Boots Fest.
I'll play some of my album there.
Okay.
The album comes out on the 16th. I play on the 18th. I'll play some of the new stuff. That's another thing, man. It's hard picking Setlist at this point too.
Oh,
that gets real tricky.
Do you do that yourself? You kind of organize it?
Yeah, me and my band do it together. It's a lot of it's data driven. Because you can see, which songs the majority of people want to hear. Like,
oh yeah,
you're always gonna miss somebody's favorite song. You're probably gonna miss my favorite song. In some sets. Just trying to figure out a way this year since I'm only playing 20 shows, so probably if I can try to figure out a way to not play the same set list all the time. Because last year I interchanged a couple, but I think I'm gonna make a bigger effort to try to make the set list different for at least each night. Maybe not every single show be a different set list, but like night 1, night 2.
Yeah.
Because we're playing 2 nights in each place. So night, trying to separate the 2 nights as far as music goes should be interesting because we've never done that before. We would always just do like maybe change 1 or 2 songs. I'm thinking maybe a little more than that. So
I like that. Yeah, that way if people wanted to come for both nights too, they could and hear different stuff.
Yeah,
too.
and a lot of people already do come both nights, so that'll be nice for them too. You
know?
There's really no way to do it perfectly. Somebody's going to be disappointed or, at any point, oh, they didn't play this song or he didn't play that song, but trying our best. I'm not going to play for 4 hours either. So,
yeah,
you got to keep it within reason.
We got to meet in the middle, guys.
Yeah.
I'll do my best.
Like, I don't want to sing for 4 hours, I'll 2 hours about, maybe a little longer than 2 hours.
Dude, you put it on, man. I like my show, like I'll be out there for maybe about an hour and 15 minutes is probably the sweet spot for me to be on stage, I think, with a comedian where they're just, because we don't have any backup instruments. So people are like, fuck, somebody tap in a violin or something with this bastard. People get a little bit tired of it. But I can't, and that burns me out, man. I used to do 2 shows, now I only do 1 a night. But I can't imagine.
Oh, you used to do 2 shows in one night?
Yeah.
Back to back?
Yeah. When you first started as
I think I remember you telling me that.
Yeah, I think like even whenever I first came to town, you guys came one night and saw me over at Zany's, man.
Yeah.
That was cool.
Yeah.
And you came and did my podcast early, man, and that helped me. It helped give me some just supporting the community. So
I didn't even realize it was early because to me, I'd been listening to you for like a little while, so I already knew you and knew about you and knew your story and everything. So it wasn't like, hey, come do this weird new guys podcast. I already knew who you were. So
well, it's just support. It was nice to have some support right when I got into town. So
I'm glad we got to do it, man. Damn, that was in 2020.
Was it really?
God,
dang, bro! Look how happy you were.
I think I got.
I'm joking, dude. We both look happy. That's the pictures we picked. I look like I'm in pain. You look like you just came from the dentist.
I look so white.
Yeah, I think we had bad lighting then.
Golly,
hey, we bought some better lights.
Look at pasty boy.
What's up with the free time now? So you go hunting. Where do you guys like to go?
Well, all over the place, man. I got a farm outside of town that we've been planting and.
Oh, I think I saw some deer out there.
Getting all the agriculture right. I don't think you've been to my farm, have you?
Oh no, maybe it's been your house.
Yeah, you just been to my house, I believe. But yeah, so we got deer and turkeys down there.
Oh yeah.
So that's pretty much what it's geared towards. It's a really good. We bought it. It was already a really good turkey farm, and then we've just been adding a lot of the agriculture and all that stuff to try to make it a better deer farm.
What makes a good setup like that? Like, what's the best way to make it set up where it's challenging to the hunter, but also like?
I mean, it's always going to be challenging when deer hunting, just because you only get to kill two bucks in a season in a state, so you're not just going to go out there and shoot everything you see.
Oh,
you know what I mean? Like you may let a really good deer walk because you're trying to get a better. That there's a better deer in the area, or you believe there's a better deer in the area. Like we have cameras and stuff now, so we can kind of take inventory on stuff. But you don't. I think people. I don't know what people think about hunting, but like you don't just go out there and just massacre animals. You know what I mean?
You're
like,
not out there with a handgun or nothing.
No, but I mean, it's interesting. I mean, the main thing is food. Food and bedding. That's really all. Those are the two main things that you need to have a good hunting farm.
Okay.
As long as you got the type of bedding that they want, and preferably the type of food that they want, then you're going to keep those deer on your farm because they don't need to leave to go find either one of those.
Right. They're happy.
So they'll stay in their home range and they'll stay there, and you can grow them. Like we don't want to. You at least try to get them to be 5 years old, and that's minimum that what we want to do. Depending on where you're at in the country, people will let them get older. It's a little different, I think, depending on your land, because like if you spend all this time and money, and then you got your neighbor who, if your deer walks across to their property line, they might shoot it before you were planning on shooting it. So it's a little bit of it can be a little bit of a game.
So there can be property line beef like that.
Oh yeah, there's all kinds of that going on.
Damn, I didn't know
Yeah,
that.
there's a lot of hunting property line beef.
And what about reindeer? Do you ever see reindeer out there or not?
I ain't personally came across one. My son did just get a reindeer call, and one of my buddies from Alabama made him a reindeer call.
No way for Christmas?
Yeah.
Oh, it's hilarious.
It was cool.
Bro, you have to use that with him. That's pretty cool. Imagine that, dude. You're a kid and you think it was a nice reindeer call you're bringing in Santa, dude.
Yeah, he thinks that's what he's doing. I mean, that would be. I don't even think he's actually tried it. Like he, I guess that was probably last Christmas. So he's just got a lot of new interest and stuff this year. So I think I came home this past weekend and I was working on my turkey call just in my mouth, and he was trying to like mimic me and stuff. It was hilarious, dude. He's just screaming basically.
Is it fun to watch him kind of grow? Like, has it been interesting? Is there moments where you see him learn something and you almost see him learn it? Like, does that kind of happen?
Yeah, it's cool. Like I've been working on him on how to catch and stuff. I've just been using like a soft basketball that I've got one of those, just basketball goals you hang up on the door. And
this is so much fun when you're a kid.
I use it more than him still.
Yeah. You're just making him rebound for you.
Yeah, every time I'm on the phone, I'll just put my headphones in and just start shooting for like 30 minutes. Since it's been cold especially.
Yeah.
But yeah, just, when we first started, he couldn't do it. And then, a couple weeks later, he's like, catching, and he can catch a bounce pass now. It's just like just seeing those things progress in such a short period of time is cool.
Does it make you have a different appreciation for your own dad, or has it adjusted y'all's relationship any, you think? Is that a weird question to ask?
No, it's not a weird question. I think, yeah, I think it probably does. You know, I mean, me and my dad, we butted heads a lot growing up, especially once I got to high school, just because I was
You were you.
I was kind of ridiculous. And I think he was kind of ridiculous when he was that age too. So he was just trying to, hey, don't be like me when I was that age, you know, like I know how this ends usually. So we just butted heads. I didn't, you know, you don't believe anything your parents say when you're that age.
No, it's the last person you want to believe. It's so crazy.
It's not even possible. It wasn't possible in my head to believe that. That's crazy to think now. I'm like, damn, they were right. But in my head, it was not physically possible to think that they could be right.
Yeah.
It just wasn't.
It's kind of crazy because, like, oh, these two people that love me and care about me and raised me this far,
they're trying to ruin my life.
Yeah, they're trying to ruin my life.
Yeah, that's what you think. It's wild.
Oh, totally.
It's insane, really. But that's what I thought. But yeah, I mean, after, you know, I moved out, and once I think I got moved down here to Nashville, that's when we became even closer.
Yeah.
Closer than ever. Because I moved here pretty young. You know, I was 22 when I moved here.
Yeah.
And
almost been here 10 years coming up.
Mm-hmm. So I think just having that space and then just being able to, you get older too, you know, and just.
That's the biggest thing. You're like, oh shit, none of that other shit even mattered. What was I doing?
Like, yeah, maybe you could have went about it a little different or whatever, you know, but like the intentions were right.
Yeah, I mean, I just got to spend time with my mom. Is like a lot of my life, it's like I'm waiting for my mom to like show me certain attention or affection or something. The other night, we're just sitting there, we're watching at the Opry, and she went there like 40 years ago or something, you know? And I'm like, it's kind of stupid. But I just reached over and grabbed my mom's hand, you know? Because sometimes it's like, it's not about me being a kid anymore. It's just about me being, she's an older woman now. So it's like, let me just be an adult and almost act like I'm the parent, you know? I'm not the parent now, but I don't know, there's an old part of me, like a child part of me would be like, oh man, it's my brother. I wish my mom would, you know, pat me on the back, just do something, you know, show me a little bit of love or something. But then I just grabbed her hand and then we just watched it together. And it was like me kind of, I don't know, it was a little moment for me where I was like, I'm not going to be that old grudge. I'm just going to move forward, you know?
That's cool. Yeah.
But it was just interesting. Or just to get my mom a hug while we're sitting there, you know, you know.
Me and my mom we always had like a super good relationship. She was always loving and stuff, you know. So I felt all that from my mom. But me and my dad, you know, like I said, we butted heads. So it was more of just getting past that phase in my life. But once that phase was over, it was over.
Right.
To me.
Yeah.
You know, I don't have any sort of hard feelings towards it.
Oh yeah, dude, your dad is so funny, dude. Right when I see him, my face just fucking smiles.
I know.
That guy just,
me too.
He's just energetic.
He chipper. You said he was chipper. That's the right word for him.
And he's been fasting for like 700 days.
Yeah,
dude.
I don't. At this point, I don't know.
He
ain't fasting. He ain't fasting right now. I've been seeing this man eat during this trip. He's been down here. He ain't fasting. Don't let him lie to you. Because I've been you know, eating clean and stuff, trying to get ready for tour and all that, and they're you know, bribing me with all these hamburgers and stuff. I'm like, man, go cook that somewhere else.
What about motorcycling? You got a motorcycle. I remember last time I saw you were talking about. Did you get one?
Yeah, I got it.
Oh, you have a Harley hat on today.
I do, yeah.
Gang, that's nice,
let's
dude.
Go, baby. It's I got this off some like vintage thing.
Yeah, it's tough, dude.
Yeah, man, I enjoy it.
You do?
Yeah, which I kind of had ridden dirt bikes and stuff a little bit, you know, enough to understand my way around a bike already.
Right.
So me and Cody and TD and a few others, we all got bikes. So
look at that shit. I'll buy the cologne, whatever they're selling right there.
It does look like that.
It really does, huh? Exhaust by Morgan Wallen.
Exhaust.
Smells
like a fart.
That wouldn't be a bad cologne, though, dude.
Smells like Morgan Wallen's farts, man.
Or what if you had a blow to start that thing? What if you had a fucking one of those breath things on?
I'm surprised I don't. I'm surprised.
Has anybody ever had a motorbike that has that on it?
I'm sure they have. I'm surprised I don't have that on every vehicle I've got. Shout out to Davidson County.
Sorry, man. That's hilarious. No, that's a handsome picture, man. That looks nice, dude.
Thanks, man.
But you get out there.
I like it because it's like you got your helmet on. Nobody knows who you are. You get out there. You got to focus on it too. You got to be. You ain't on your phone. You know, you ain't doing anything else. You just thinking about what you got to do on that bike.
Yeah.
So I enjoy that aspect of it a lot. You like, at least me, I physically can't do anything else other than, think about what's going on this bike.
Be locked in.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
I like that aspect of it a lot. You'll be riding and then all of a sudden it's 5 hours have gone by and you just don't realize
Really?
that happened. Yeah.
Damn, I got to get out there sometime. I'm just so bad. I'm bad at being in motion.
Well, that might not be for you then.
Yeah. I'm better.
What do you mean? Wait, what do you mean? Keep going.
I'm bad at just like being in motion and having to think at the same time. I'm more of a stop and think,
Well,
then move.
what are we thinking about though?
Just anything, whatever the next thing has to be. It's just hard for me. Like I think
Well, mate, you can just be in the back of the line then.
yeah.
I'll
be in the back.
You can just follow us.
Yeah. I would be I don't want to be at the front.
Okay.
Yeah.
Or the middle. The middle's probably the safest anyway. You can be in the middle because you're protected in the back. You're protected in the front. You don't have to make any decisions. You just follow the decisions.
Yes. That's where I need to be then.
You should take Harry. You should go take Harry's motorcycle class. That's who we took our class from.
Really?
He was
Is it
cool.
good?
Yeah. I mean, I learned things I didn't know.
Yeah.
And,
Oh, God.
it wasn't easy necessarily either. There was things that were challenging.
Do y'all go in a pack when y'all go out there?
I've ridden a couple times by myself, but I would have somebody following me, like my security or just anyone. But we mostly just ride at least in groups of 2. And
Yeah.
a lot of times groups of 4.
That's tough, man. Yeah, maybe I'll have to get out there. I got to pray about that.
I'm not influencing you at all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't want to be out there just like, listen, I'm the problem.
You can just get in the sidecar. Me and you
get
ride.
a little German sidecar. Yeah, dude, your cousin Andrew and I are friends, man.
Yeah.
He's a dude. He is okay. Your family is funny, dude. You guys
We've got a lot of characters in our family.
That's what you have, dude. Even when I remember when you first told me I met you about your Uncle David or something,
Oh,
you would come
Uncle
to your
David.
holidays.
Oh, yeah.
And then just different people you would tell me, and then getting to meet your dad. And then, Andrew and I have become friends over the years. He's hilarious, dude.
Yeah, he definitely is hilarious.
Went fishing with him. That dude he'll start
talking
fishing
about-
anywhere. You
Oh,
pass
yeah.
by a Chase Bank and he'll cast over there and put
What
a
are you trying to catch, man?
frog top on there just because there's a bank.
Yeah.
He'll fucking dude, he'll catch he'll catch a safe deposit box over there at 12 pound, brother.
Oh, God.
But he's just good. He took us out to some property. Him and Ben Weprin, I think is the guy's name.
Yeah, Ben. Yeah.
And we had a blast, man. But he's good.
Where'd y'all go to? Hole and Wall?
No, we went to
Oh, you went to Ease.
yeah.
Yeah.
We went to Ease, and it was cool though. I hadn't been there. God, that's beautiful.
That place is immaculate.
God. Yeah, that was good,
Got some
man.
big fish in there. It's a beautiful spot, man.
But does he hunt with you?
Does he hunt?
Does Andrew hunt with you?
Yeah. Some he does. Yeah, I like hunting with him. He works for Field and Stream, so he travels a lot doing that job, which I think is a really good job for him.
He loves it, man.
Yeah. So
Yeah, he's talented, but he's hilarious, dude. That's been
we all keep telling him like he should have his own YouTube channel or something.
really should,
Just
man.
a series of some sort. And this is the things that happen to that guy. I'm like, dude, I don't know how this has occurred to you, but the world deserves to hear this.
Yeah, that's the thing, brother.
The world deserves to share in your pain that you're dealing with right now.
Yeah, that's the
Because the things that happen to him are just unbelievable, man.
bro. He's just such a good story. He has been getting to know him has been a gift, man.
Yeah, he is a true. He's a treasure, man.
He really is.
He's a national treasure.
He's a buried treasure too.
I mean,
think.
he is buried
Yeah,
right
he's
now.
buried.
We keep. I mean,
No, he's great.
maybe he'll take this and he'll watch this clip and go start his channel.
He's entertaining. Yeah, man. He's just entertaining. He's easy to be around. And yeah, that Field and Stream job with him is perfect.
And he could
dude.
do both. He could have that job and do. That could almost
or
be
find
part
a way
of,
to put them together. But you
That's what I'm
couldn't-
saying. It could
yeah.
be part of the same thing.
You couldn't find a guy that's more perfect for that. Has there been something nice that you kind of got yourself as a gift that you started, feeling like you were doing pretty well, and
I mean,
a trip you took or anything?
yeah. I mean, I used to be probably a little more frugal than I am right now.
Yeah, same. I don't like going to get stuff. I don't like shopping for stuff too.
Yeah. I'm trying to think if there's anything that I was just really splurged out on. I got a couple watches and just things like that, and then I got a couple nice cars, I mean, I don't feel like I'm over the top big spender guy.
Yeah.
You know, in a lot of times.
What was your first car? Do you remember it?
Yeah, it was a Jeep Cherokee.
Was it really, dude? I got a freaking Jeep Cherokee, dude.
You do right now?
In Los Angeles, I have a car there. It's got like only 12,000 miles on it.
Oh, this thing had a lot more than 12,000 miles on it.
Really?
Yeah. It was a white Jeep Grand Cherokee. I think it was a 95 if I'm remembering correctly.
Dude, I like those cars.
It was not a bad car. I mean, it wasn't, whoever had it, it wasn't the most, it was like that right there. That's exactly what it looked like.
God, those bitches were tough, dude.
It's exactly what it looked like.
Yeah, I had the damn Ford Escort, 84 Ford Escort. Pull that bitch up, dude. If they'll even allow you. Sometimes Google won't let you look at them anymore. Them bitches are visually outlawed. That shit will here. Bro, that shit it'll remodel your eye line when you look at that bitch, dude. God damn, that bitch looks horrible. I hadn't looked at it in a few years.
Yeah, that's pretty bad. Especially that one on the right, that blue one. God, dude. That one pulled up.
Yeah.
Oh.
And barely pulled up. That bitch pulled up slow, dude. And
it's got a 2-cylinder in it.
Bro, it had a fucking outboard motor engine in it.
You had to steer it like with the reverse way, like you have to do a John boat.
Yeah, it had a boat motor in it.
Steered it from the back.
And dude, somebody stole my passenger seat in that bitch.
Really?
Yeah. So if you had,
was it only a 2-seater anyway?
No, it had 3 extra little seats in the back.
Okay.
But they weren't even a bench. It was 3 individual little bitty seats. Somebody taped
3 booster seats right there.
You either had to have 3 kids that were triplets, I guess, or a couple small buddies. But somebody had stole my damn passenger seat, dude.
Did you ever get it back?
Somebody were eating at a Burger King and somebody stole that bitch out of there. And but then people had to get in. They get in the car, but they couldn't sit right there. Dude, I'll tell you,
put a couple blankets down or something, or what?
I don't know, whatever, dude. But the one time I picked up a dude, I was getting him to buy me alcohol at a gas station. I was skipping school, and he got in, this kind of homelessy kind of guy. And he got in, instead of sitting in the back, he just got on his knees right there on the passenger side. So I'm driving, and he
was your friend?
I didn't know him. No, he's like a guy who I gave him money to buy me alcohol.
Oh, okay.
So, but anyway, I don't know why I'm telling you all this. I just cleaned out my car. Actually, I did not. That's not true. I just, I'm going to clean it out, though. I am going to clean it out this year for sure. Look, what I'm talking about is spring cleaning. And it's time to clean it all up. That's where Manscaped's Beard and Balls bundle comes in. You've spent all winter looking like a Louisiana swamp possum who just went through a bad divorce, baby. Chez les bons, chez les bons. It's time to tighten up, Chief. Nothing says, I'm back, baby. Like just catering around your balls, baby. Grab the Beard and Balls bundle from Manscaped and get yourself right. They have all-in-one grooming with the Beard Hedger, customizable trimming with 20 adjustable settings. Don't cut corners on your grooming routine. Upgrade to the Beard and Balls bundle from Manscaped. Visit manscaped.com and use code Theo to get 20% off plus free shipping. Or if you need it today, you can find Manscaped at a store near you. Stay fresh this season for everyone's sake. Level up your grooming game today. Let me tell you something chaotic that happened one time with podcasting. Jelly Roll was here, and we hadn't charged the batteries for the audio recorders, and they gave up halfway through it. And so, yeah, we lost about half of an episode there. But life in general can be chaotic, you know that, especially if you're in charge of order fulfillment from an e-commerce business. You know that's its own special kind of chaos. But with ShipStation, you can count on your day-to-day remaining calm. You never need to upgrade. ShipStation grows with your business, no matter how big it gets. It's the fastest, most affordable way to ship products to your customers, with discounts up to 88% off. Wow. Calm the chaos of order fulfillment with the shipping software that delivers. Switch to ShipStation today. Go to ShipStation.com and use code Theo to sign up for your free trial. That's shipstation.com, code Theo. Today's episode is brought to you by BetterHelp. Let's talk about numbers, shall we? Traditional in-person therapy can cost anywhere from $100 to $250 per session, which adds up fast. But with BetterHelp Online Therapy, you can save on average up to 50% per session. That's right. With BetterHelp, you pay a flat fee for weekly sessions, saving you big on cost and on time. Therapy should feel accessible, not like a luxury. With online therapy, you get quality care at a price that makes sense and can help you work with anything from anxiety to everyday stress. With over 30,000 therapists, BetterHelp is the world's largest online therapy platform, having served over 5 million people globally. Your well-being is worth it. Visit BetterHelp.com/THEO to get 10% off your first month. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/Theo. So you got the new album coming out. Is there a moment where you feel that the album is finished? Is there a moment where you're like, I just can't, this is far enough? Could you keep going on an album? Like, could you keep fine tuning it forever?
Yes, for sure. Yeah.
So that's a real possibility. You can overdo it?
Yeah.
Oh.
The powers that be will give you a deadline if you want certain things to happen. You know, like, do you want your vinyl to be out, to be ready by when the record's ready? Things like that. So you kind of, they give you a buffer because they know you're not going to have it in time. They got a buffer for the buffer. They got like a 8-week buffer, I think, that they put on me. But those time limits are healthy, I think, because especially, I mean, it's not like we weren't working. I mean, we worked really hard on this album pretty much since tour was over. I've been writing and, just recording all that. So, I mean, we recorded 50 or 51 songs and cut 13 or 14.
Wow. Really?
Yeah.
So what happens to a lot? You just kind of decide this doesn't fit here right now, or you might hold
Yeah,
them?
some of those songs were songs that I wrote. Some of them weren't. So if I didn't write them, then they'll just, whatever happens to them, not up to me anymore. And then if I did, who knows? I might make a side project of something if something that has nothing to do with my name. I've always kind of wanted to do that anyway, just kind of figure out a way to, it wouldn't be my voice. It wouldn't, I don't know how you do that. I'm sure there's all kinds of ways to go about it now, these days, but.
Oh, yeah.
But it not be my name, not my voice, not be any kind of style of music that I normally do, just to see what happens to it.
Yeah.
It might be like house music or something, I don't know.
That'd be pretty sick, dude. Yeah, dude, if you had house music.
I mean, people would, if they saw my name on it, they would, I don't want it to have my name on
Right.
it. I want to just see what happens if it just gets put out into the world. Maybe I'll like put it on a story or something of whoever it is, Dream Jacker or whatever the team is, but whatever the name of the guy is.
Yeah, dude. Wet Dream Jacker, that'd be mine.
Dream Jacking currently. I mean, me and my buddies were talking about this topic the other day, actually, and I don't know, it might actually happen.
Putting out something secret, low key?
Yeah.
Creating something?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I bet, because that's an interesting thing. It's like once you kind of have made a name in one space, it's kind of hard. You can't, you almost have, if you want to get a real test of what people think of something, you kind of have to secretly do it some other way.
Yeah, but it wouldn't even be similar to the type of music that I'm doing.
Totally understand
It would be nothing even close to what I'm doing now. It would be like, I like house music a little bit.
Yeah.
So I'll listen to it working out or driving or stuff, like melodic stuff. I like melodic stuff.
Like that kind of stuff?
Yeah.
Yeah, I like
But
Rufus,
I feel like a lot of that stuff doesn't necessarily have a lot of words and stuff, So maybe what if I took a song of mine that didn't make my album, but it's got a story, It's got all these things, what would people like that? I don't know.
Dude, I started thinking of this about 2 years ago. So they have like you go to these nightclubs and stuff, and they'll have like John Summit, these different kind of guys who are playing like house, like trance or whatever it is. It's just people doing dope really late at night and just doing like this, whatever
Right.
that is.
I don't know the difference between all of those styles of music. It's like It's one style of music. I know there's subgenres and all that, but yeah.
Same. I don't have a clue. But I'm always like, why don't they have a more like country or like, why is it always like if they had remixes of a lot of great country music like that and you put it to that same type of shit that because a lot of people want to still go have that environment, but sometimes you get tired of that music. It just gets kind of old. So if they had remixes of some dope country shit, I'm like, if they had 2 country DJs that came out, I feel like it would be so sick just doing remixes and shit.
It would be cool. I'm surprised they don't have that already.
Me too. Me and Caleb Presley thought about trying to do it, but then it was just like, just don't have a lot of time, you know? And that becomes something too, is like there's things you want to do and you just don't have enough time, you know?
Yeah, yeah. And that's smart for you to realize that. I mean, it'll be like, well, I'm going to quit my job. It pays all my bills and, you know, go be a mason. It's like, well, maybe don't do that. Yeah. So, yeah.
Under a neon moon. Just fucking remix it, fucking Brooks and Dunn. Before you go, man, you have some amazing artists that are going to be on some of these tour dates with you.
Yeah, I do.
Did you have to call them individually and ask them? How'd that kind of go? Because some of these are idols, really, in the industry.
Well,
you know?
I feel Miranda. I'm good friends with Miranda. I'm good friends with Brooks and Dunn.
So that was pretty easy.
Yeah, I mean there was already mutual interest. And that's something that's kind of been a conversation for a little bit longer than just this year. So that one kind of just worked itself out between them and my managers. I'm good friends with Thomas Red as well. So that one they were all.
He's nice, huh?
He's super nice.
God, what a nice guy. He lives nearby, I think.
Yeah, I think you're right. It just all kind of happened pretty naturally. But I mean, it's unbelievable to me. Like I haven't really this page that's pulled up. I mean. Just to see the people that are opening for me, it's like it doesn't even make sense,
Miranda Ella Langley, she's a new...
Yeah, she's a badass.
Or she's newly more popular.
Yeah.
I'm not going to say she's new. I don't know about her history.
I don't either, but
Miranda, Corey Kent, I'm not familiar with him. If it's a man.
It is, yeah. He's good too.
I'm going to have to check him out.
Yeah, Ann Wilson, she's a Christian artist. By trait, but she's dabbling in the country music world. She's really good. She's on our agency. So
she is.
Yep.
You started. I'll have to check her out. Oh, Gavin Adcock's out there with you.
He's
too?
a wild
that
man.
Fucking guy's wild, dude.
I love that guy, man.
Oh, dude, yeah. He's like I see. He'll eat a damn 3-pack. I saw him eat a 3-pack of beers.
He probably did.
Oh, he'll eat fucking 2 beers, dude. Yeah, he doesn't give a damn, dude. He played offensive line for Bud Light for a couple of years, I think. Hey, there is nobody like him, dude. He's fucking...
He's definitely outlandish.
Oh, he'll be on
what are those things, those military, what are those MREs or whatever? He just got beer in there.
Dude, he'll fucking...
But he's
entertaining.
He's entertaining. He's got a good voice too, and his music seems like he just keeps getting better too. So I'm happy for him, man.
I got to tap in more with him. I saw him play with Kid Rock and them on one of his shows last year. Dude, I'll say this: Bob Ritchie, his live performance, dude.
No, he'll let him have it, won't he?
Bro, I was fucking. I mean, I know, but I didn't. It was good.
I've never seen it firsthand, but
it was really.
I can imagine.
I mean, I knew it would be, but it's just been some time. It's hard to keep up. I mean, being out there for 2 hours. I mean, you guys get. I mean, it's a lot, man.
It is, man. It can be for sure. I mean, depends on how often you do it too. I mean, if you're doing it. Some people, I guess, still do it three nights a week. I'm just going to do it 2 because it feels like a disservice to me and everyone else to do it 3 days in a row. But two seems like a good sweet spot. You can, as long you play the show, probably don't go to bed till 3-4 in the morning just because you're so wound up.
Yeah, you're up. People are visiting. You got to say bye to everybody. All that shit.
Well, I don't do all that anymore much.
But even if your family's there and stuff.
Yeah, but even still, they know what the priorities are at this point. So if I play a show,
you'll head out.
Which my boy, if my boy's with me, he'll be asleep already anyway. So we head straight out. Don't stick around. I try to go to bed as soon as possible. Usually, like I said, don't have until 3 or 4. Then you try your best to sleep till noon, 1, 2, as late as you possibly can, just because your voice after doing all that, you need all that rest. So. It's become a little bit more like a regiment for me, which is good. I a vocal coach and all that stuff too now. So it's just like a whole boom, 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 boom. This is how it is now, and that seems to help me a lot.
Yeah. Yeah, it's kind of interesting. When I was a little younger, I could do some of those stretches, and now I'm like, when I do see them on the schedule, it's a little bit tougher. Not comparing comedy and what,
No, but it is.
But it's still
a
the
similar
same thing. It's like a regimen. It's like, yeah, I got to sleep in late, and it's like, well, that kind of sucks because now it's like it's kind of hard if you wake up at 10 to go back to sleep for 2 more hours just because it's light out.
It's really hard.
It's hard, but you need that 2 more hours of sleep. Otherwise, I'm gonna be edgy, and I won't be able to. I might not want to go work out. Just all the little things like.
Yeah, it is. It's important
because it's just about getting yourself back on the stage for that next. That when it's time to go, it's time to go.
Yeah, back in the day, which we weren't playing 2-hour shows back then either, but we would play six shows in 1 week, So I don't know how. It just had to be young, I guess. It wasn't like we were. The only regiment then was sleep till 4, start drinking at 5. You know what I mean? Like that's what it was then, and we're gonna be good. Ain't that right?
Bro, hell yeah, that's the Gavin Adcock national anthem.
Yeah,
right
I think back in the day, if I had a camera on me like Adcock does now, they would be probably saying some similar stuff about me, but he's a little more bold with it, I guess, than I was.
Well, he's really he's fucking he'll be on stage. People, I think he's like people are throwing fucking beers. He just has beers bouncing off of him. He's an animal, dude. He'd be like, the PA system's shut down, but we gonna still fucking perform. He just yell. He'll hollow out a beer can and just yell out of it and shit. He's fucking doing all kind of shit. He is ballsy, dude. His personality's cool. He's a fun guy. Very entertaining. I got to tap into more of his music. I haven't listened to a lot of his music.
Yeah, you need to get him on here.
Yeah, I do need to. People say that we look alike a little bit, but I think they're just being nice to me.
To you or him?
Well, one of us, dude. Oh yeah, you got your drink here, man. You brought this today. That real tea. How's it going?
Real tea, man. It seems to be progressing nicely.
It's good. I like it.
I like it on ice better.
Yeah, brother.
But I've always liked sweet tea better on ice. But because I'm trying to eat and live and drink and all that stuff clean. So for something that's actually healthy, it's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's good for sure.
I like it. I like having a nice little can of tea or something. I'll keep a couple in the car. I'll drink them warm even.
Do you?
Yeah, I'll get a whole one in me at a stoplight.
Yeah, I don't do all that.
You don't?
No. My drummer told me one time he had drank like, I can't remember how many, like 13 or something ungodly in a short amount of time. I said, damn, man, you're going to have kidney stones for sure.
Hey, dude, maybe he'll have a cover band of the Rolling Stones, and it's called Kidney Stones.
The Rolling Kidney Stones.
Is there a song sometimes of your own that you'll listen to, or one that catches you sometimes and it'll kind of catch you in your feels a little bit? Is there anyone that you're like?
The song I wrote to my son is the song.
Oh, the one that's not out yet.
Yeah, that does that. It'll be out soon, but
okay.
It's also one of those things to where, I've tried so many times to write a song like that for him, and it always fell flat. So I'd listen to it on the way home or whatever after we wrote it, and I'd be like, that's good, but it's not how I want it. And I also didn't want to write like a song to him that was all, I don't know, sappy and slow and just like what you would expect a dad-son song to be,
right.
Oh, I wish you wouldn't grow up, all that. Like, I didn't want it to be that. I wanted
another birthday cake.
Yeah, it's like, I didn't want that song at all. That song's been written plenty enough. So, and I wanted it to keep, like, have a little bit of my sound and my swag and just like, and to be honest, so it was a hard thing to try to get all those things wrapped up into one song, and it's called Superman is what it's called, and I feel like we accomplished that. And when we wrote it and I was riding home, it was actually the last song that made my record, so it's not like I've had it for a long time. It
right.
took us a while to get that song, and it was actually Blake, one of my buddy Blake's. It was his idea, and the hook was different though. It said Superman. I don't remember what the hook was exactly, but I was just singing it, and I was like, oh, I know what it is, and I changed the hook, and it made it. It was like, oh, there it is,
Unlocked.
and we all three of us or four of us in the room just kind of was like, oh yeah, that's it, you know. And then on the way home, I was listening to it and started crying, and that's the first time that had happened with a song for him. So I kind of knew. Yeah,
that's cool, man. Yeah, man. There's one thing I've always thought you had very good instincts, man. I've always admired your instincts. You know,
Thanks,
whether
man.
it's humor, we're joking around, whatever. You're fucking sharp, dude. You're a sharp fucking guy, and yeah, I appreciate you just supporting my podcast, and you know, it's nice of you. And thanks for all the great music, man. That one about the mom. I wrote the book.
Oh, yeah.
And that one sometimes.
That's one of my favorites still.
If I'm driving home at night or something, I'll listen to that one, dude. You know, that's a good one. That one's like kind of puts me in a good spot, you know?
Yeah, I like that one too, man.
Yeah, and what's the one about the mom?
You talking about my mom?
Yeah.
Thought you should know?
Yeah, that one.
Yeah.
God, that one. God damn, dude. I pull over and cry sometimes.
Do you really?
I'm like, fuck, you can't cry and drive, you little bitch.
This goes back to what you're talking about, thinking and motion and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is, dude. I'm like, this is too much. Morgan Wallen, man, one of the most prolific artists I think ever on the face of the earth, man. It's a pleasure, dude. I feel lucky to get to know your cousin. He and I are close, and yeah, just thanks for all the entertainment on behalf of everybody. And it's just been a gift, man.
Thank you, man. I say the same to you. I appreciate everything that you do for me.
Cheers, brother. Excited for the new album.
Yes, sir.
Now I'm just floating on the breeze, and I feel I'm falling like these leaves. I must